Hello YouTube, Jeremy here again from Jeremy's Garage. I'm going to be doing a video today on doing a hardwire via accessory. So I do have a radar detector. It's several years old. It's from my old 2010 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's a Escort radar detector. Uh, Still works great. So I figured, might as well keep using it, and no reason on replacing it if it still works. So if it's not fixed, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we're gonna go ahead and be installing that today, and show a couple different things on what I kind of stumbled into. One was underneath the trunk is what I first did, and wasn't it worked well, but wasn't a big fan of it. So I went with option B. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I did. So again, I had a 2010 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I was used to the old traditional fuse box, if you will. Um, and again, I haven't had a new car in quite some time. So this actually comes off. Here's your top lid right here. That pops off. And then you have your fuse box here. So each one's going to have its own plug-in to relay. A little bit snug. Obviously relay from the fuse box to the power on the vehicle. And there's that. Now, the actual fuse box itself that harnesses all of the fuses is in this container. Let's see if I can get that out real quick and show you guys. Here we go. And here you go. So all your fuses are enclosed in here, like so. I was trying to look at doing a hard wiring to here, but considering what you guys can see there, make sure I got you on film. There you go. So obviously hard wiring into here wasn't going to really happen. So what I did was, let me put all this back here. So I ran a wire from the firewall inside directly to the battery, and it worked out pretty well. But no, I just didn't like the fact that I had to turn it on manually every single time I was in and out. And I'll show you where I ran that. Let's get this back in the grooves here. There we go. Snaps back in. So what I did, my flashlight so I can show you. So I zoom you in here. So right underneath the firewall, there's a, get this here. So underneath, you'll see this little opening. If I can hold this correctly, sorry guys. So you can see right there, there's a little opening. That's gonna, basically has this nice little rubberized gasket. That's gonna be from the inside. So I just put a little tiny hole in there and sealed it directly from the inside. I'll show you what that looks like here. Alright, so we are inside the vehicle, so underneath the pedals here. So if you look up, you're going to see that opening, and that goes right into the engine compartment. And that's where I had this rubberized piece. And again, that's just going to go right in. So nice and easy to get power to and from. I just didn't have the accessory relay and wasn't a big fan of it because I had that going. It was clean, so it worked out well with that. It went underneath the steering wheel column, and then I wrapped it up here, up to the top on the left-hand side of the dash. And then I went ahead and got a DC inverter and temporarily had it relayed over here, which I'll show you in a video here in a second because I did the install last night. But yeah, that is what I had stumbled into. Now the fuse box for the inside is going to be located underneath the passenger side where the feet are. So what you'll want to do, get my WeatherTech floor mats in here. Go ahead and take that out. And then here is your panel that you're going to remove. And very simple. This one comes right out. And here is your fuse box on the other side, on the underneath. Alrighty, so here is underneath the fuse box, right below, or I'll zoom out, passenger side. You're gonna have the panel, goes right across here. It's gonna go ahead and come out and remove, and you're gonna have your fuses gonna control majority of your internals here. So as far as your locks, your windows, radio, all that fun stuff. I tried a couple different ones. The one I want going with, I believe, is number 6, right up here. And that's going to be the same one that controls the DC inverter, the moonroof, and also the rear window. So I tapped into there with this $20 accessory kit from Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and run this wire from the inside here. This side panel conveniently pops off, built for tough. So it comes right here, and that comes right out. And what I'm going to try to do is nice and sneaky. Go ahead and run that wire through here from below underneath this cubby, and then there's a little gap right here. So I'm going to go ahead and run it from there underneath, so it'll be a nice and clean. I really don't want anything that's going to be, tape, or just run it on the outside here and have it look, not good. So I'm going to give that a shot and see how it goes. Alrighty, so we are pretty much set. It took maybe about 15-20 minutes, nothing too terrible. Yeah, man, not that I have a fancy radar detector by any means, but I had it installed in my 2010 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was maybe $300, several years ago, but still works great. And it just drove me crazy having it in the DC inverter and then having to run a wire, as you can see where it was. Yeah, just not a good look. Drove me crazy. I had to plug it in, unplug it every single time I was in the car. So as you can tell, now it is hooked up to the accessory. So you don't have to worry about turning it on manually. Just whenever you put it into accessory mode, it's going to automatically turn on. And again, that's going to work well for any other installs that you're looking at doing, whether it's something like this, looking at a camera, which I saw one that I really liked that actually plugs into the OBD connector down below. So it's a nice, super clean install. You can just run it from the top down the side right below. So it'll be very simple, but just kind of show you what I did right quick again. So again, everything is hardwired directly into the fuse box. So that way I didn't actually have to splice into anything directly.
Uh, there's another YouTube video I saw that showed me that the green, just FYI, the red is your hard line connected. Let me get this out of the way. Connected to the battery. The green wire here to the left is actually your accessory. So if you, for whatever reason, need to hardwire directly into that plug there, you can. It's up to you. The $20 kit I got off Amazon it plugs into the existing fuse, and therefore it's just plug and play. I got my ground right here into the bolts, extra washers just in case. But yeah, I just went ahead and snuck it. Took off this side cover that's all plastic, and then from underneath just ran that wire here, and then using my nice little orange tool so I don't have to worry about scratching anything up, started right here, saw a nice little crevice, and then I just inched my way all the way down. It's got a bit of a gasket kind of foam where the windshield meets the dash, so I was able to basically just pinch it down all the way across. So all you see now is just that wire. So worked out very well, and I got these nice little strong rubber mats that are sticky. I really didn't want anything hanging a suction cup on the dash or anything like that, just because usually during the heat it'll fall off and drives me crazy. So this way, it never have to worry about that issue. Just nice and stationary, nice straight line of sight. And yeah, I'll go ahead and put some zip ties here, put this back in there, put the cover on, and show you guys another video really quick here in a second.
All right, so hope that was helpful for you guys. I know there was a bit like going on there, but yeah, overall, yeah, that's very happy with how everything turned out. Nice and easy to do, just time consuming. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.